Check my our but anyways, I already got it. Thank you as well to Nightbot for being the bots on my channel. Don't worry. We've been friends for a long time. Okay, I'm still going there, going once, going twice. Okay. Good. Hold on. Hold on. My Okay, let me check my voice. Okay, good thing I'm here. Same goes to my guest. My guest is also here. Okay, five. Oh wait, no, not 5 minutes. We're still going on. Still going on. 1 minute to go before we start the introduction. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Anyways, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. My name is Mr. Parmy, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to interview. Welcome to the and also welcome to Parmesan Interviews. Oh my goodness, I've been stuttering and mumbling all the at the same time. But anyways, welcome to Parmesan Interviews, and today is April 11, 2021. And this is also my pre-anniversary stream because tomorrow, April 12th, will be my anniversary stream. No, not anniversary stream. Tomorrow, April 12th, is my third year that I've been streaming on Twitch. Yes, my first stream was in April 12th, 2018. And first of all, thank you so much for hopping in. Before we introduce our guest, let's share and let's talk about a few things. First off, I have lots of plans coming up this month. This is also this is also part of our month long anniversaries, Twitchversary, I should say. There are lots of things planned going on. I'll be playing some games for the first time. I'll be doing more interviews and lots of chatting. Before we head over to our guest, before I interview our guest, I have set the command for our special guest that I'll be interviewing today. So, for uh, to get to know more about about our special guest, I have set a short information about our guest. If you are here and you want to know more about our guest, type in exclamation point guest. And not only that, our guest has set a fundraiser goal. So if you want to donate or want to share about her fundraiser goal, type in exclamation point fundraiser to get to know more about what about our about her fundraiser goal. So our fun. So here it goes about our fundraiser goal that she is doing and also that she is also set. So our her fundraiser goal is about for the 13K Jural challenge that I will be asked for that later on. Uh, the information is already there. If you want to donate right away, feel free to donate by clicking those links. Either one of them. Uh, the more you donate, the more uh, it helps for the goal. Well, yeah. Let's introduce our guest right away. Our guest for today is one of my longtime streamer friends. She streams mostly Dead by Daylight and also Stardew Valley. She is also a member of Streets Potatoes, and she's been on a few of my collab streams. She's been part of my collab streams last year. She's been on a few streams. And right now I'm going to introduce our special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone, children of all ages, chat, let me introduce to you one of my longtime streamer friends and also closest friends of mine, Paige Shelby. Hi, Paige.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, I'm so glad that and also have the honor to interview you. I'm so glad that I chose you as my guest for this wonderful stream. Thank you.
It's my honor and my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, we've been through a lot. We've been through a lot. I we did our first collab stream of 2020 and also the last collab stream of 2020. Although in the last stream of 2020, we were supposed to have a voice chat, but unfortunately, your feed didn't work out because there was a storm, and
Yes.
yeah, there was a storm. Was what happened prior to that?
If I remember correctly, I had just moved and we live on top of the mountain. So, we get already very, um, not great, like, internet and stuff. every week, and it just kept piling up and piling up and piling up. So
Yeah, and I was trying to call you, and we did the voice chat test for uh, yeah, it's still not working at that time. But good thing you showed up. Only the chat. We played Words with Friends too. One of my favorite games. You won a lot. I tried to beat you, but I failed.
you're the only person I'll play that game with.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it, even though we didn't get to connect up via voice chat. It was nice to be able to play and like hang out in your chat and interact with you that way.
Yeah,
But it's working today, so
thank goodness for that. Thank goodness it's working after all this time.
I know.
And by the way, not only that, I've been through. Me and Paige were on a few streams, also mostly on Shame Wrangler stream. We played Among Us, and I also played Among Us on her offline stream, if I may recall. Yeah, I played also Among Us on her offline stream.
Yeah, yeah. That was with my sister and me and a couple of our friends.
And before we head on to the questions, how are you?
I am doing great. It's just I broke my glasses yesterday. For anybody that doesn't know, I am very, very blind without my glasses, and I snapped them right in half yesterday. And
Uh,
I don't have a backup pair, and I hadn't been to the eye doctor in like 3 years. So
oh,
I had to go
oh
get that. So they
no.
gave me,
Oh,
yeah, they gave
yeah.
me contact lenses to wear until my
Mm,
new glasses can come in. And I'm not used to them, so I have a little bit of a headache. But other than that, I'm doing great. How are you, Parmy?
yeah, it's been a busy week for. It's been a couple of busy days for me. The only problem that I've been experiencing is the sleep schedule. I don't have a sleep schedule. I all I
Oh,
have is alarm schedule. I set the alarm from 5:30 all the way to through 6:30, and I still have the alarm.
oh, jeez.
I,
Yeah, I'll set like
yeah,
7 or 8 alarms.
yeah,
I feel that.
I try my best not to fall asleep on those on certain times because I need to wake up early. I need to wake up all that most days because I'm the only one in the house most days while my siblings are at work.
Oh, okay.
Just in case when someone knocks at the gate, I need to be aware. I need to be alert.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And because yesterday, my brother just came by. Uh, he knocked a few times, but he went back home. He just messaged me that he was supposed to give me burgers and fries, but he gave it to my brother. He gave it to the other sibling instead. But it's all right. At least I have food.
Oh, well, that was nice of him. I'm sorry that you missed out on it.
Yeah, it's all right. I already gave him food instead. I cooked pancakes from the pancake stream that I did yesterday. But
Were they good?
the pancakes that I did are from scratch. No ready-made pancake mix, just all by myself. All from scratch. From the flour all the way to the sugar, eggs, and milk. There is no baking powder or baking soda that was used from from the baking stream that I did yesterday. All in all, it was good. We keep giving each other's gifts. He gives me vegetables for food. Not only that, I also gave him soft drinks and sometimes cigarettes. I buy him cigarettes. Even though I don't smoke, I still give him cigarettes. Yeah, they still smoke, but yeah, that's the way of life.
Yeah,
They,
it is. Scott smokes too, so I get it.
mm, yep, and not oh yeah. Let's head on with some questions that I prepared for you. How's
Sure.
your 2021 so far?
So far, 2021 has been kind to me. Knock on wood. I hope I didn't just jinx myself, but um, it's been good. I got promoted at work, and I just recently got engaged, so that's exciting. Um, but other than that, it's smooth sailing. It's going by so quickly. It's weird that it's already like almost mid-April.
Yeah, indeed, mid-April. It's been really really fast, and I have a few and then a few weeks left before the semester ends for me, and then and then by the next couple of months I'm not sure if I ever graduate, but hopefully I will graduate. But yeah, it's all good. Congratulations on the engagement you also posted on Twitter and also on Instagram. How does it
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
thank you.
what was your reaction when you are about to engage, and then you're about to get married in a few months?
It's getting married in a few years actually. October of 2023 is when we're gonna get married. But no, my reaction was I was confused because he proposed like when I got home from work. But I get home from work at like 12:30 a.m. like 1 o'clock in the morning, and so I was like, what is going on outside? Like he had our walkway was all lit up with candles and scattered rose petals, and he was standing with his fitted suit on, looking all cute and handsome. And I was a little confused at first, and then I was excited and just kind of in awe.
Mm, I but you were you yeah you were you surprised that the guy that you're about to get married, just gave you the ring, and all of the sudden you were shocked, and that's what engagement uh scenario happens,
Yeah,
that's also relationship goals as well.
it's we've been together for 6 years,
Mm,
um, and so I was hoping it was gonna happen soon. I've been hoping for like the last
mm,
couple of years. He takes his time with most things, so I was excited. I was a little surprised that I was like, what is happening? Why right now? So, but I don't know. I mean, I was surprised. I was relieved.
mm.
In my head, I was like, finally. So, but no. Katie is dumping my fiance.
Mm.
He sure knows how to build suspense.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had no idea.
Mm, yeah. I can't believe that you and Kitty's dumpling are a couple for 6 years. Now I know, and I'm so glad that you're about to get married, and you have also plans coming up. This week, if I may recall, you'll be doing an engagement party.
Yes, yes. My weekend.
So that's
Yes,
why
we'll have our
So that's why
It's our
yeah,
family. Yep.
yeah. So that's why you when we were when we were about to do an negotiate when we were about to have a conversation about the upcoming interview, which is right now. You said that you will be doing an engagement party at that time, so we decided to do the interview right away. And not only that, it's coincidentally it's also the pre-anniversary stream that
Yeah.
we are doing right now, and I'm so glad that and also the honor to do the interview. And also
Oh.
apologies to the glasses.
Yeah.
My condolences to your glasses.
My glasses accept your condolences.
Don't
They're
worry,
a mess. I have them right now. They're like glued together and taped in the middle, and it's a mess.
you're now Bubba Ray Dudley, but um,
But
but more in a Shelby way.
say
But
that for me one more time. I didn't hear that.
yeah, you're more like Bubba Ray Dudley now, but in a Shelby way.
Yeah.
You have more. You have
Yeah.
because you have placed tape in the glasses. And don't worry.
Yeah.
It will be back. It will be back to normal. Your glasses will be back to normal. I'm hopeful that your glasses will be better than ever.
I had to get new ones. Unfortunately, these were not salvageable. So, but hopefully in 2 weeks I'll have two brand new pairs of glasses. So
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so you've been on Twitch for a very long time, so 2 years, 2 plus years, and everyone has their own unique and cool usernames, uh, and everyone has their own origins. What is the origin of the username Paige Shelby?
it's actually just my name. It's my first and middle name together. Um, I started using that for my social media a couple years ago. I had been naive in my youth and used my full name with my surname, and then guy started. I was working in retail at the time, and a guy started stalking me, so he had like my last name and all that stuff. So I changed it so that blocked him, changed it so he wouldn't be able to look me up, and have just been using it since then. And then I just used it across the board because it's easy. I'm lazy. I don't like to have to remember a million different things, so
Mm,
I just use Paige Shelby for everything
mm,
in
yeah,
terms of social media presence.
yeah. I used my normal name at that time. It was my first and last name. Although my last name was shortened, I shortened the last name. Uh I had that back in 2014 all the way through March of 2020. I thought of changing the name, and glad that it changed the name. From Joriel Parmy all the way to Mr. Parmy. The reason for that is for the branding and stuff. So yeah, I'm so glad that we finally know the origin of your username, and you've been on Twitch for 2 plus years. And how did you join Twitch? And how's your streaming experience so far?
Um, so I joined Twitch. I guess it's going on 3 years now. Well, it'll be 3 years since I joined Twitch, and it'll be going on 3 years since I actually started streaming. But I started because of the sweets. So Katie is dumping my fiance. He's a real big Tyler Breezer, so he was always watching Breeze streaming, and then I started watching with him and kind of got to know some of the community members and stuff. And so then when they would do um, their like playing with viewers nights, when they would do like rounds of Dead by Daylight with followers from Twitch and subscribers and stuff like that, I got to play a couple rounds, and as we all started to get like talking then it ended up being like, all right, well, let's just continue the fun. So when the Sweets would stop streaming, I would start streaming, and then we would all play Dead by Daylight together, so everybody could watch still. So it wasn't
Mm.
like, all right, well, some of us have PlayStation, so we're gonna continue having fun, and the rest of you, like, now that the stream's over, see ya, like, take a hike type of situation. We didn't want to do that. We still all wanted to be able to like talk to each other and have fun. So for the handful of us that um, didn't have systems or didn't have a PlayStation 4 to be able to play with the rest of us, they would come over and they'd hang out in the chat, and then we'd all have a good time together. Um, so that's really how I started streaming,
Mm.
and from there it turned into, if I wasn't streaming, then Shame Wrangler would be streaming. Like, if we would go to one of our channels after a Dead by Daylight night, and then we would continue. And from there, a couple more of us got involved. We had Chris Jr. 30. He was real big for a little while. He stepped back from streaming now, but he was big at the time. We still play with Super JJ and Pretty OK Cosplay, and Kit Kat Cadillac, and Ty's Dilly, the staple of the Sweets, Ty's Dilly. Um, we all still play together. So it's kind of evolved where it was just a little thing for us to like continue having fun even after the Sweets stopped streaming. And then it turned into, all right, I made a page, became affiliate, and then everybody else made pages, and we got all of them to affiliate, and now Shame Wrangler streams almost every day.
Mhm.
T1021, he streams almost every day. Um,
Mm.
Kit Kat, she just upgraded her whole setup, so I'm sure we're going to be seeing some more streams from her, but it just kind of turned into all of us streaming, and so we formed what we like to call the Sweets Potatoes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Didn't always start out as the Sweets Potatoes, but it is today. We are now the Sweets Potatoes, and we're like a fun little family, and we all stream and we all have fun, and so it's been a fun transition from
Mhm.
going from playing with strangers to
Yeah.
kind of building this team.
Yeah. 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 Let's all start. Yeah. We met. That's how I met you through the Sweets chat as well, and then all of a sudden you were starting to stream. You were playing Dead by Daylight with streamers, like with friends like Shame Wrangler, and then all of a sudden they announced that you were all starting your own streaming community called Streets Potatoes, and then and I'm also glad that I'll be able to I've been able to play community games on those streams like Among Us, because Among Us is the only free game that I have, and the only game that I'll be only able to play with friends. And other than that, that's is Jackbox. So Jackbox and Among Us. But all in all, and I'm so glad that the community, the Switch communities is growing and better than ever, and it's evolving all those years, and I hope looking forward to the future of Sweet Potatoes. And who were the first streamers that you have watched, and who inspired you to stream on Twitch?
Um, I never paid attention to Twitch. Never knew anything about it until Katie.17 started watching Breeze and Zillion Cord streaming on the Suite. That was really my first introduction to Twitch was 3 years ago. I had never heard of it before that. Didn't have any idea like what it was or what it would become or anything. And it had already been pretty big back then, but now it's even more so. Um, but so the Sweets were the first streamers that I watched, and then um, the people who really kind of inspired me to start streaming were Shane Wrangler and Super JJ, Ian, Kit Kat, Dara Emery, Christian, or they were the ones where we were all having so much fun in the suites, and I was one of the first ones with the ability and the equipment to be able to set up a stream.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody was like, "Hey, like you could do this, and
Mm-hmm.
then we can all play together." And so they kind
Yeah.
of pushed me. Um, Mike Stubbs, he was huge. Becca, Classics Girl. I don't know if you remember her from the beginning of the Sweet Streams, but
Mm, okay.
her and Mike Stubbs, they were really like the two that kind of pushed, like, do it, and here's all of this information, and we can help you set it up, and this and that, and everything else. So.
Mm. About Becca, if I may remember, was it Rebecca Smith?
No, no, not Rebecca Smith. She's a different. I think her name was literally just the Classics Girl.
Mm, I see. And were you part of the suites during the Brisbane 88 days?
Yes. Yep, that was back during Briefman '88.
So you consider yourself as an OG. OG viewer of the suites all and prior to becoming a streamer. Ah, I see. I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I
it's
ended up. I want to say it was like two or. It was only a couple months into them like streaming that they changed to the suites, and they've been the suites. Well, they were the suites 100, and then they became just like the suites live.
yeah. And yeah, they also had the mixer called the Sweets, and the rest is history. We all know what happened. But all in all, so glad that I'm so glad that you are able to play games with Breeze and Dilly and everyone in the streets. And
Yep.
uh, about the streaming, I'm so glad that you're able to. I'm so glad that they help you with on how to set the stream, how to start your channel, how to play games on Twitch and other and so on and so forth. It's so glad that you are able to stream and evolve as well as a streamer. Without you, I would be with if without you, I would be able to meet you and also everyone out there on Twitch. I said this before that if it wasn't for me, if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for anyone else, I wouldn't be able to stream. I would be you will be able to stream as well.
Yeah.
And
You wouldn't.
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
No, 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 no. Go ahead.
Yeah, and without and if it wasn't for Twitch, I wouldn't have met those streamers and my now streamer friends and later close friends like you and everyone in the sweets community and in the sweets potatoes. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you that I have met you and everyone else on Twitch.
Oh, Perry, thank you. No, it's been such a pleasure to get to know you over the last couple of years, and you're always so kind in the chat. And I always that's the one thing about like being in the Sweets chat is like just kind of connecting with the people who are genuinely like there are some people you can tell show up to streams because they want to be recognized and they want the attention from the streamer. And then there are people who are just there to have fun and support, and, all collectively share in this joy of streaming or playing games, or in the case of the suites, like most everybody was wrestling fans and stuff like that. So
Mm.
it's been nice to get to know you through the suites, and then um, become closer to you in your streams and my streams and chatting on Twitter and social media, and um, it's weird.
Yeah,
I was just saying this
it's
to
a lot.
somebody the other day, how it's weird because um, in the last couple of years my life has changed a lot, and I guess you could say like real life friends, like the people that I grew up with and I I was really close with. I don't see too many of them anymore. Everybody's kind of grown up and gone their own ways.
Mm-hmm.
But my internet friends have literally been here like
Mm-hmm.
every day. It's not like they're changing or they're going away or anything like. It's the same people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been a pleasure to say that. It's an honor as well to say that you are one of them. For the last couple of years, you're a staple where I guess it is, almost 3 years now since we started interacting with each other, and to see how your stream has grown, and to see how your art has grown as well. Like just watching when you started your If They Play Musical Instruments and you were like hand sketching everything, and now you're doing all like digital rendering and stuff like that. I just think it's so cool to watch that progression in all of my friends. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you sticking it out with me because I can be a little difficult to bear
Yeah.
with sometimes. So
Yep. Yeah. When it comes to everyday life and stuff, I'm open to discussions and all that. And now that the Sweets are having their own lives in the wrestling ring, and some of our friends. First off, let's talk about our closest friends in real life. I still chat with a few of my IRL friends, but most of them are busy with their work. I chatted with my friend yesterday after his work, his small business closed for a while because of lockdown. He asked me
yeah,
if I have the network. Uh in case you don't know, we still have the network because we are on a different country. We're on the international version of the network, and he asked me if I still have the network. I said go watch on Peacock or some wrestling site. He asked me if I watched the whole WrestleMania night one. And I said, no, I didn't watch. I just watched the highlights and clips. Uh, I'll just wait on the free version of the network. So yeah. Other than that, most of our RL friends have either moved on from their lives or graduated. Some of them have married, or still single, or whatever happened to their life, whatever happened to them. I hope they're doing well. I hope they're doing fine. But yeah, when Twitch came along, and when became more kind of active in the streaming world, in streaming Twitter and all that, I have met internet friends like you and everyone else. You know the old saying goes that internet friends are real friends too.
what was that last part? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the old
You broke
saying.
up a little bit.
Yeah, I apologize for that. It's the internet and the mobile data. I'm still using mobile data. I already said this to a couple of streamers. What I was saying is, uh, the old saying goes that internet friends are real friends too.
Yes, yes, exactly.
And all of us have their own ups and downs. For you, what is the most difficult part of streaming?
Yeah. There's so many things that make streaming difficult. Um, Personally, I think the hardest thing about streaming is going live. I struggled a lot.
Mm.
Last year, I struggled a lot. When the pandemic hit, I was like temporarily furloughed from my job for like every other week. I was furloughed and had to apply for unemployment to be able to make up the income that I was losing. And, I told myself, like, I'm going to stream. But my mental health was in such a bad
Mm.
state for so long that it was just exhausting. And I would almost talk myself out of it. I'd get everything set up. I'd get ready to go live, and I talk myself out of it.
Mm.
And I've been finding now where I'm so busy with work where I think about streaming all the time, and then I just think about like when was the last time I played a game just for me, and then I just end up playing a game for an hour or two just for me so I can enjoy it because I've been working so much that I don't want to I don't want the game to be work as well. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I think right now the hardest thing for me is the actually going live and
Mm.
trying to get back into the groove of it. I'm still we're still unpacking boxes. We moved in October, but we're still unpacking and setting up stuff. And I don't quite have my stream room anywhere close to being ready. So I keep telling myself like, oh, I gotta get my stream room done, and then I'll start streaming again. And then I keep procrastinating on finishing the room, and it's just for me the hardest thing is going live. And then
Mm.
in the past, it used to be like Twitch is so oversaturated that I would stream and I'd be like, why am I streaming? Like, who am I streaming to?
Mm.
What do I want out of this? And then trying to figure out all that instead of just having fun with it like I did when I first started. So, I've been doing more appearances on other people's streams than I have been going live myself. I find that to be the most enjoyable. I think I just get really anxious and kind of afraid
Mm.
when I think about streaming on my own with the like entertaining aspect of things. I'm always very critical of myself. So when I'm watching my videos back, I'm like, oh god, why did I say that? Or oh god, why did I look like I should have
Mm-hmm.
never gone live? And so I've gotten
Mm.
into this very
Yeah.
bad habit of talking myself out of it.
Yeah.
So, but I do have plans to start streaming again. But in the meantime, I've been having fun jumping in on other people's streams, um, having fun with them. It's always nice when you have somebody to do it with you
Mm.
and kind of make it easier.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Me. Yeah. I also having a hard time. Whether or not I'll be going live. Uh.
Well, I know with you, like you set like a schedule for yourself, and then I feel like with you, a lot of the time, like other stuff comes up where like the
Mm-hmm.
internet's not working or schoolwork or stuff with the family or something,
Yeah.
where things just kind of change again. Or do you find that
Yeah.
are you finding that it's more like outside reasons are why you're not streaming, or are
Mm.
you having the same kind of mental block where you're like, I'm just not in it today?
Yeah. I also have a a couple of mental blocks. Like every time I wake up and all of a sudden it's stream time, and I thought I've been thinking about whether or not I'll be going live. You know what? I decide. You know what? I'll just postpone the stream. Not to do it today. I'll just stream the other day. There are times that sleep affects my streaming time, and there
Yeah.
and not only aside from the internet and all the technical stuff, and the and the busy life with family and friends, and all that stuff. When I switched to mobile data, it wasn't the same as before. But before that, I stopped. I went inactive from stream. I went on a almost a long break from streaming back in 2020. My break started back in March 2020 when they cut off our internet, and I put it on hold. I also put my artworks on hold because I was also having a mental block on whether or not I draw again while I don't have the internet. And I also thought of, if I have an alternative solution. Let's say, for example, what if I stream using mobile data? I think I should stream again. Yeah, I'm planning on streaming once again more often. I went back to streaming it back in April of 2020. I streamed only once I was even though I planned on streaming once again, but I went on another hiatus in May, and then I went back to streaming in June of 2020. That was the time I began streaming on mobile data, and it wasn't the same as before.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? I mean, it's
Hmm.
working for you for now.
Yeah.
And you're able to stream your mobile games, which I enjoy because I don't think a lot of people do that. So
Hmm.
I enjoy, since you started streaming using your mobile data as opposed to Wi-Fi. Um, I think you're not having as many of the issues that you had before, which I know all too well the issues with the Wi-Fi. I've been doing a lot of my stuff. I'm on mobile data right now, so
Hmm. Yeah.
um, but no,
The
no, I like. I think it gives you the opportunity to, you know,
wait.
stick with the mobile games and all that jazz. And
Yeah. Hey,
I
there's.
think it's working for
Yeah.
you.
Oh, wait, no, wait, there's one issue when I switch to mobile data. It's the chat. It keeps buffering every time I'm trying to able to catch up with the chat. That's one of the issues ever since I switched to mobile data.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
But
among all the issues that I've been experiencing ever since I switched to mobile data.
you're making it work though.
Yeah,
I applaud you for that.
yeah, thank you. And I'm so glad that we are doing our best, not we're doing our best not only to stream but also create content for not just you but also all of us, for our streamer friends, for our community, and for everyone out there.
Exactly.
And let's head into some gaming questions. You played a lot of games like Stardew Valley and Dead by Daylight. What is the game that you enjoy the most and why?
I was just having this conversation last night. I was going through the questions that you sent over, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have no idea how I'm gonna answer this question." I My all-time favorite game franchise is Animal Crossing. Ever since it came out on GameCube in the United States, um, I have been playing it. I still have my original copy. Um, that is my favorite game. But in this current moment, I cannot choose between Animal Crossing New Horizon and Stardew Valley.
Mm.
Stardew Valley keeps putting out these new updates, and I'm like, oh man, there's so much more to do, so much more to explore. I really like those fun. I don't get me wrong, I like action adventure games. I like, horror. I like Dead by Daylight. Sometimes I like first person shooters if they've got a good storyline behind them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not huge on like online multiplayer and the battle royale style games, mostly because I'm terrible at them.
Mm.
But um, I like a bunch of different stuff, and I think I tend to drift towards series and games where they're like relaxing and I can pick it up and play it at my own pace and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Stardew Valley on this. Mostly, and I say this because in Animal Crossing New Horizon, like I have reached a block. I have no idea what I want to do with my island, and I'm just frustrated. So I like log on, do my daily things, and then I log off because I just don't want to look at the mess of an island that I have right now. So I'm gonna say Stardew Valley is the game that I'm enjoying the most right now, and it's
Mm.
because it's one of those games that I can just pick it up and I can do whatever I want to do and I can relax and there's constantly new content that Concerned Ape is putting out for it and I can put it down for 2 months and come back and it'll be like I'm picking up the game for the first time again.
Mm.
So I'm gonna say Stardew Valley.
I've been thinking about this. I really want to play. I really want to play Stardew Valley. I've been asking myself. I want to play Stardew Valley. I have my Steam account. For those of you who have Steam, please add me. Every if there's a chance to give me the copy of Stardew Valley so that I could play that with Paige. Please add me on Steam. Same name. It's the same name. Feel free to add me. But yeah,
I yeah.
other than that, Crossing. Ever since my nephew got a Nintendo Switch, so oh, he's so lucky that he has Nintendo Switch. I thought, you know what? If I have Nintendo Switch, I'll be playing Animal Crossing, and I'm so glad that streamers are still into Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. And not only that, I want to play Mario Kart because most of my streamer friends that uh, I have met are doing community are been I've been involved with community games like Mario Kart. Not only that, also Rocket League. And I thought if I have the equipment, I'll be playing those games.
We'll get you that equipment one day, Farmy. We'll work you up to it.
Once one
I heard
step
more Mario Kart though.
one step at a time, one step at a time. If we have the right, if we are rich, if we have invested in Bitcoin and stuff. Anyways, if we have the right, good amount of money and the right at the right time, that we have the chance to buy those consoles and the right equipment in order so that we could play games together. Hopefully,
Yeah.
and we could play Among Us more on those consoles.
I,
Yeah,
Among Us is so fun. We have to play that again.
yeah. Hopefully, I haven't played Among Us in a long while. If I just delete, I want to download the Among Us on mobile, but I really want to play it on PC. But but the PC version is so pricey, and I don't have the
Yeah.
money. So I'll just play on mobile for now. If I have the chance to play on community games, I've been playing Among Us on other streamers, and it's so great to play games like you know what? The best part about streaming and gaming is that playing games like Among Us or Stardew Valley with fellows with your friends. It's such a great time to communicate and chat with your friends, you know.
Yeah.
And what game or games that you want to play and stream in the future if you have settled with everything?
So I just picked up um I just picked up a couple games actually. So I have the new Story of Seasons. Um, God, I already forgot what it's called. Terrible.
Mm,
Buy stuff and forget about it. The new Story of Seasons. I want to say it's Olive Town or something like that. Um, I just picked that up. I haven't actually opened it yet, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. But I also picked up at the same time picked up Harvest Moon. I love Harvest Moon. I love Story of Seasons. This is if anybody's noticing the trend here. I really like games where I can get lost and pretend that I'm a farmer and I'm raising chickens and cows and marrying really cute farmer boys because that's what I wish real life is like. So I married a cute boy that I'm marrying a cute boy that smells like a farm, um, but he's not a cute farmer boy. So, um, but but um, I am really looking forward to diving into both of those. Um, I
Ka- uh,
also have
Katie is dumping. Katie is dumping looks like a farmer boy.
he, I mean he in the summer he gets really tan on the arms, so he does have a little bit of that like farmer's tan going on when he wears t-shirts. So I guess it's close, you know. Um,
The only
but
thing missing is a
but
farmer hat and a place where
it
he could harvest some corn and potatoes, all that, all the and all the stuff, and some props. You know,
I just I have all these plants that I'm growing. I just need to get them interested in growing them too. So,
mm,
but
yeah.
yeah, no. What else? The new Pokemon Snap. I'm so excited for that. I can't wait. The new Pokemon Snap is coming out. I remember playing the original on N64, and oh, that game was my jam. I loved it. So I'm very much looking forward to that one as well. Um, so maybe if I come back to streaming, I'll dive into that.
Yeah, definitely.
Not if I come back to streaming, when I come back to streaming.
I see, I see. Okay. Uh, you know, you and I are fellow pro wrestling fans. We some not aside from gaming, we also talk about wrestling. I've been a how did when did you start becoming a wrestling fan?
um, it was right around the time that Jumpin and I had started dating. He was really big into wrestling, and growing up, I was always the like person that kind of scoffed at it, like, ugh, what is this? You know, and like, oh,
Mm,
this is so cringy, and wrestling is dumb. And I remember we worked together, and he and his roommate they go hard for WrestleMania every year. Always requested it off. Always had a bunch of food. So he invited all of us over for WrestleMania the one year we were watching. And then that was kind of my first like tolerable foray into wrestling. And then I didn't start to like seriously watch it until um, I want to say it was the following year where it was Mania and Seth Rollins cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase on
mm,
Roman Reigns, and I had no idea what was going on. I did not understand the rules of wrestling, and in my head, well, not even in my head, I was saying it out loud, but I was just like, "What?
yeah.
That guy just had a match, though. Like he's dead on the ground. Like he's exhausted. Who is this douchebag running down the ramp? Like, why does he get the belt? He didn't do anything." And I was just so frustrated because it didn't make any sense to me. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And so then
Yeah,
they're like, no, no, you gotta watch, you gotta watch. And so then I kept watching so that I could understand it.
yeah. Wrestling is the rules of the wrestling sometimes can be confusing, but at the same time, it can be fun. You'll never know what to expect. Anything can happen. Expect the unexpected, as they say.
Exactly. Suspend all disbelief. I had absolutely no, like, I hadn't actually watched a pay per view before.
Hmm.
My dad and I used to watch, I want to say it was NCIS. We used to watch a lot of TV shows after dinner together, but I remember Raw or SmackDown or something used to come on after one of the shows that we would watch. And sometimes, like, I'd linger in the room for a minute and be like, what is this? Or, like, I remember seeing a lot of, like, the League of Nations and um, the Nexus and Bad News Barrett, like, just from the, like, little glimpses of, like, leaving it on after watching television. But it was never anything that I sat down and watched it week to week. So
Hmm.
it wasn't until I started. We weren't dating. I liked him, and
Hmm.
so I was trying to make him like me too. And he watched Total Divas, so I started watching Total Divas, and then I actually liked Total Divas. So I started watching Total Divas, and then I was open to the idea of watching more wrestling and not just reality TV. And so
Yeah, yeah.
it's been fun to get to know him, but I didn't know any. I was just so like frustrated at the thought that this guy did nothing, and I was like, these rules are stupid. This makes no sense. That guy he just got the crap beat out of him, and he still
Yeah,
won, and now you're gonna
yeah.
take the belt away from him anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I watched Divas too. When my sister saw me watching Total Divas, and he asked me if were they doing this in real life. Were they like that in real life? The constant fighting between Brie and Nikki, and the party life and all that. You know, yeah, and all that wrestling and all that wrestling. Yeah, it's really really fun. The first glimpse of watching wrestling was in 2001, when WWE back in the day was WWF. I have to say this. WWF was in back in 2001. It was Survivor Series 2001, and then after which I watch a bit of SmackDown. At that time, the intro the intro of SmackDown was very cool. The when the beautiful people was the theme song at that time, and then all of a sudden also at that time the SmackDown Fist was the stage of SmackDown at that time. And prior to that, I watched a bit of Raw in 2002. It was just only the promo from Raw, and I became a wrestling fan back in late 2004. Was when Big was when Kurt Angle shaved Big Show's hair, and I became a wrestling fan ever since. I started watching. I became an avid wrestling fan during the Ruthless Aggression era.
Right. All right. So you've been around the block for a little while then. I'm
Yeah,
still a baby
yeah.
when it comes to wrestling. I'm still very new to this.
Still very young at that time. And I began with that. I began to draw a few wrestlers, and back in second grade, I was drawing. While I was drawing some wrestlers. After my one of my classmates saw me drawing some wrestlers, and he asked me, "Can you draw a Big Show? Can you draw Spirit Squad?" I drew a lot of wrestlers, and yeah, I don't know. It was also the time that The Rock was in Hollywood at that time, and also Stone Cold was no longer wrestling, even though they show up in opening intros for Raw, even though they don't show up,
Yeah.
which co- which you know what, which also confuses me. Every time they air a promo or a commercial of WrestleMania or pay-per-views or anything promotional for WWE, and something like that, they show some wrestlers who are not wrestling anymore, and kept me wondering, that's for advertising. That's for everyone to know that they wrestled there. Uh, you know,
Yeah.
you know what? I would like to suggest, why don't they show current wrestlers so that they get to know more better, aside from the legends. We know the legends like Stone Cold and The Rock and Trish Stratus and Lita.
I don't. That's a good question because they have that "then now forever" tagline. So I feel like you're right. They should show a little bit more of the now. Like they keep showing, they focus on the then, and then they're not really capitalizing on the now as much.
Exactly. And they've been yeah, we all there are also new stars coming in, especially mostly on NXT. Why don't they and also every time the reporters on Fox Sports, every time when they talk about wrestling, they talk about legends from then. Why don't they also why are they afraid of mentioning wrestlers of today, when they show mostly current wrestlers? Why don't they mention and talk about current wrestlers, even though there are some long time wrestlers that are still around, like Rey Mysterio, and some legends like Booker T, which he also shows up mostly on pre-shows, and longtime wrestlers like Dolph Ziggler and all that. All in all, all in all, for me, they should talk about current wrestlers aside from the legends.
Yeah, I agree.
And for you, aside from the unexpected outcome of wrestling, what is the best part of being a wrestling fan?
Oh God, uh, the wrestling. It's incredible. It's incredible to watch. I'm really enjoying. I'm taking like kind of what you were just talking about with WWE and they focus on the legends and not so much on the like current talent and stuff. Um, I I love that there's always somebody new to discover. You know what I mean? Like there's always somebody I haven't seen wrestle before, somebody I've never heard of before. You get to watch a match and you get to have that moment where you're like, damn, that was awesome. And just the going from that naive kind of ignorance of like, oh, this is so fake, this is all scripted, blah blah blah. Like
Yeah.
it's real. Like sure, it's scripted for the most part, but these are real people who do real training, and these are real stunts that they're performing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So while
Yes.
sometimes the outcomes might be
Exactly.
scripted, or sometimes the promos might be
Yeah.
scripted, you don't really know what to expect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as wrestlers like Goldberg been saying this to every time during interviews that wrestling is predetermined. You'll never know what to expect. You'll never know what will happen next. Injuries can happen at any time. That's why
Exactly.
most of the wrestlers are either retired or been inactive because of injuries and all that. And the best part of being a wrestling fan is that not only that there is WWE, which is the one of the most popular wrestling companies in all over the world. There are a lot of wrestling companies out there. There's also
Yeah.
TNA, which is now Impact Wrestling. I've been watching TNA back in 2004 when one of the local TV channels used to air Impact during afternoons, but they no longer showing it anymore because uh, in our country the most popular wrestling company is WWE. Even though we have UFC and such and other company. Oh, they only show WWE on and all, but there is Impact, but not that much. Uh, so yeah, a lot of wrestling companies like Impact, Ring of Honor, and not only the current promotions, but we can also talk about past promotions like ECW and WCW. It's so great to
Yes.
talk about wrestling all in all. You get the storyline, the segments, the stories from wrestlers. Every time they talk about wrestling, during their shoot interviews. It's so great to be a wrestling fan.
It is. So Duncan and I were actually just having a very similar conversation a couple days ago about, um, kind of the progression of the wrestling industry and how like wrestling was regional. You know,
Mm-hmm.
WWF at the time was kind of a like New England, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Maryland kind
Mm-hmm.
of like East Coast promotion, and you had ECW and um, all your other promotions, and
Yeah,
then you had he was just saying how Rick,
yeah.
I don't know exactly how to
So
put it, like he thinks like Ric Flair was the
mm-hmm.
greatest wrestler because
Yeah.
in an age of like where media did like social media
Mm-hmm.
didn't exist, he was able to put himself over in almost every single promotion. And then you had the WCW versus WWF, and then you had the like Monday Night Wars, and then WWE emerged from all of this and kind of became the Goliath in the wrestling industry, and they were the ones who were kind of at the forefront of the industry at that point. And how there's always like a power shift where there's always one promotion that kind of dominates the rest of them. But that is the great thing about being a wrestling fan today is you can it's not regional anymore. You can watch Ring of Honor, you can watch Impact, you can watch New Japan, you can watch AEW, you can watch WWE. Like, you can have all of it anytime you want, and so it's a lot more accessible for everybody all over the world now,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which I think is
Yeah,
is just
there are a lot of
one of the
wrestling
best
news.
things about being a wrestling fan.
Yeah, there are a lot of wrestling sites out there that you can watch it for free. I just watched Talking Shopomania 1 and 2.
I haven't watched any. I work, of course. I work 1 week every 2 months, one weekend every 2 months, and the one weekend that I work is Mania weekend. I haven't watched it.
Mm.
I mean, I've seen some clips and stuff like that, but I haven't seen anything yet, and I'm looking forward to being able to watch that.
Yeah, and yeah, another best part of being a wrestling fan is that you get to interact with lots of wrestlers. Who's the first wrestler that you have met in person? And I'm going to add this. Who is the wrestler that you get to interact most online?
I'm so sorry. I heard the first part of that question,
Okay,
but
so
I did not hear the second part of the question.
okay, let's start with the first question. I'll repeat the second question later on. So yeah, I'm going to ask that question. That first question, who is the first wrestler that you have met in person?
So the first wrestler that I ever met in person was actually Dilly. So Sean Spears, as everybody knows him now with AEW, but it was right after he had kind of retired Ty Dillinger and left WWE. He was still under his like no compete, so he was only allowed to do signings and like appearances like that. It just so happened he was only a couple hours away from us in New York doing a signing at a mall, and Duncan and I both happened to have a day off, which never happens together. And so we were like, okay, let's do it. So we drove up and we got to meet him. He was sort of incredibly kind, and he recognized us from the suites, and he was super nice, and it was just all around. It was a fun experience, and so um, that was kind of the first experience that I had with meeting wrestlers, and I have to say it's been the best experience I've had. I've met, I don't want to say that, because I did meet Breeze as well, which was also really cool, but it was a little bit more rushed because it was like an access. It was a Mania weekend kind of meet, and so it wasn't as intimate or personal as meeting Dilly was um, right before he had signed with AEW, but right after he had left WWE. So.
Hmm. Yeah, and who is the wrestler that you interact most or very often online?
Mm,
Especially now that we are on the pandemic and we are either on lockdown or quarantine, and wrestlers have the chance to interact with all of us wrestling fans through social media platforms and on Twitch. So yeah, who is the wrestler that you interact very often on social media or online in general?
that's that's a tough one. I'm gonna say it's Dilly also.
Mm.
Or Sean Spears, sorry. Gotta get it right. He is the pinnacle of wrestling entertainment right now. Um, I'm gonna say it's Sean Spears. To this day, I think he's still one of the ones that I interact with the most and interacts back. Breeze would be a second. Um, He's not really on social media as much though, but um, I do follow a lot of the wrestlers from across multiple promotions, and um, I'm loving Jordan Grace on Impact,
Mm.
loving loving how like just sarcastic her Twitter pages, and how she's a whole different person. She has absolutely no care in the world. You guys can think whatever you want about her. It
Mm.
doesn't faze her. I love that. I think it's incredible. So I've had a couple interactions with her and that was pretty cool. But I think the one that strikes me the most is Sean Spears, especially on Instagram. He's always like posting these inspirational quotes on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and he always posts exactly the right message at exactly the right time. So whenever I'm struggling with something, he's always posting something relatable. I remember messaging him the one night, and I was like, I don't know how you do this, but you keep posting these inspirational quotes right when I need that
Mm-hmm.
particular quote the most. It's
Yeah.
like you're my fairy godmother or something. And he just
Yeah,
responded
yeah,
back and said,
yeah.
he's like, I'm a damn good looking fairy godmother. And I was like, you're so
Oh,
delusional.
uh, yeah. For me, the wrestler that I interact very often or sometimes like is Tommy Dreamer, and I interact with Ethan Page a couple of times, and I've been interact with not to interact with Nikki Cross when she reposted a digital art of her whole drinking coffee, and
Yeah.
yeah, and also Arya Divari. I did a I did the digital art of him as Duffman. Arya Divari is an avid Simpsons fan, so I thought I should draw him as Duffman. Yeah,
I see your I think I see your interactions with Tommy Dreamer the most. I always get a kick out of him. I liked when you dressed up like him. I
yeah,
thought that was so fun.
yeah. I like cosplaying. I like cosplaying as Tommy Dreamer. It's so fun. I the prop the I want if I want to be more like Tommy Dreamer, I will have to buy his merch instead of wearing generic black T-shirt, and also buy the right wrist tapes. And and as for the candlestick, it's fine. I can it's all fine. For yeah, I've been interacting with Tommy Dreamer sometimes, but Tommy Dreamer hasn't been on Twitch for a long time, despite the fact that he's on Impact and Impact is on Twitch. Aside
Yeah.
from being on Access TV, and not only that, I got to
Oh,
interact with Marty the Moth from Lucha Underground, who was in Tough Enough, and also AJ Kirsch.
okay, okay.
So yeah, it's so great. It's so great to interact with have their own interests and their own likes, and every time when they post stuff about everything going on with TV and so on, we get to interact too. Like like Shane Helms and all the other wrestlers. It's so great to interact with them.
Yeah. It's fun. I like when they can take the time out of that. Like, and this is the thing is, um, as professionals, as athletes, as celebrities and stuff, they don't owe it to anybody. Like, nobody is entitled to an interaction with them. Is it cool? Yeah, but for the people that are out here, like, oh, we pay your paychecks, or you would be nothing without your fans, or whatever the case might be. Like, they
Mm.
put a lot of hard work, sweat, blood, tears. They like put their bodies on the line for our entertainment. They don't owe us anything. So I just think it's cool when they take time out of their day and they take time away from their families to continue being the persona off the clock and interacting with their fans and providing that experience and that memory for them. I just think it's a neat thing because there are some people who are like, no man, like leave me alone, get out of my face. Where they don't interact on social media, you never see them responding to people, you never see them liking posts and stuff like that.
Mm.
Which again, I understand,
Mm.
but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's cool when they give.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they are there are times that they are busy because of the press and the interviews and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I should talk to Tommy Dreamer once sometime when he is a bit. He's mostly available on Instagram and also on Twitter. He suddenly messaged me when he uh talked about something about uh a mystery partner showing up, but all of and there was a wrestling reference to that, and all of the sudden Tommy Dreamer messaged me on Twitter. And not only that, he also messaged me about the people who played the character Suicide. And
Oh, that's so cool.
I just learned that there were lots of people who just played Suicide. I will check. He said that there were lots of wrestlers who played Suicide. Not aside from Kazarian, Daniels, and TJP. There are a lot. Uh, these he mentioned to me Okada, Sanjay Dutt, a couple of others who played Suicide and all that. Dreamer sometimes, yeah, Tommy Dreamer sometimes message me. I uh even sent him a picture of Oreo because because Tommy Dreamer is an avid Oreo lover.
I can remember that.
Yeah, and wait, hold on. Yeah, and now that you are doing fine with streaming, and now that we talked about wrestling and all that, and also there are a lot of plans coming in your way. Moving forward, what are your future plans, streaming wise and content wise?
I I have lots of ideas. Every day I think about different ideas and, maybe branching onto other platforms, whether it's like a YouTube that kind of echoes my stream or building a podcast. I'm going to do a shameless plug for anybody who likes streaming and likes wrestling. Um, Shane Wrangler and Kit Kat Cadillac and Super JJ, they started a wrestling podcast. So if you like to kill some time listening to podcasts and you also like wrestling, you should check out Hell of a Month's podcast. So I've
Mm.
been thinking about like maybe kind of getting into that,
Yeah.
doing a little bit of podcasting. But for the time being, I have some ideas for how I want my streaming setup to be.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, my immediate plans are finishing up my streaming setup, and then finishing up my graphics,
Mm-hmm.
and then trying to get into a little bit of a rhythm and a schedule, and force myself to to hit go live and all that jazz. But I have
Hopefully. Yeah,
a
hopefully.
long list of games that I want to try and play through. So, and then potentially doing some YouTube follow up and stuff like that.
Yeah. I I'm I'm rooting for you, Paige. You can do this. I'm looking forward to your streams.
Yeah.
And I'm so
Thank you.
yeah, I've been planning on for me I've been planning on doing aside from interview streams, I think I'll be doing some talk show streams talking about what's the rest of the world doing right now. And I'm also looking forward to do more collab streams. And I've been
Yeah.
planning on uh doing collaboration collab videos. I've been planning on forming a band with the Digital Isaiah, the one I interviewed from the past interviews. Going to redo the cover video that I did. Uh,
Right on.
yeah, yeah. If you are open to do those talk show interviews, feel free to open. Feel free to message me right because planning on adding, I'm planning on having a semi-regular co-host for interviews and talk shows for my future streams, for my future interview streams. So if you're open to be my semi-regular co-host, you are open.
Hey, I would love it. It would be an honor if we could make it work. Um, then it would be an honor to do it, and I'd be more than. I always enjoy getting to hang out with you and interact with you, so it's always a good time.
So you're
We
in.
can work past the technical difficulties.
Yeah. So you're in. You're in. Just in. Paige Shelby is saying, uh, congratulations. You just made the list.
I made the list.
Yeah, yeah. On and on. Yeah, I've been planning on having semi-regular calls, just like what Howard Stern is doing on his radio shows when they bring in some when he brought in some regular guests as co-hosts. So yeah, I've been planning to do that as well. Yeah, and
That's gonna be really cool.
yeah, and one last question before we head on to our next segment. A lot of streamers have cool streamer equipment and cool setup. What is your ideal streamer setup or streamer room for you?
Uh, so I have I have pictured this a million different ways, and so I think currently my go-to setup would be I want to get a nice desk that I can put my new monitor on, and I just got a fancy new clicky keyboard. I built my own PC, and by built my own, I mean I bought all the pieces, and then my friend who's a little bit more tech savvy than I am put it together for me. But we built a PC, and she runs great, and so in terms of that, I've already got everything I need. I just need shelves that I can display all of my favorite pop figures, and I have lots of like Sailor Moon figures and props and stuff, and just being able to like put my nerd stuff on display for everybody to appreciate as much as I do. I think would be pretty cool. Maybe like some sort of neon sign that lights up and says like Paige Shelby or something.
Hmm.
I think that could be cool.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
And
Also
plenty of fluff
also
lights.
the streamer lights, and also
Yeah.
that the Twitch just released the Twitch logo, the streamer lights for the Twitch logo. I've been planning to on buying that.
I have to look into that. I haven't. I mean, I feel like I'm so far behind on like everything that they put out. Like I keep seeing these people have these like greens. Like my green screen is literally like a pop-up thing that like I could hang a string and tie
Mm.
it to. And then there are people with these like almost like professional projector style green screens where you can pull them up and they have their own mounts and stuff.
Mm, yeah, yeah,
And I just feel
yeah.
like there's a whole lot out there that I've not even experienced before that I could like look into. So.
Except yeah, I'm also looking forward to that. And not only that, also the VR streams. I haven't tried VR, although I've seen my classmates did the VR and they did the horror VR game, and I thought I should try VR stuff, VR streams sometime soon. So,
I like watching VR streams. I don't like playing VR though because it makes me sick. The screen it's too close. I can't because of being blind.
no.
If I take my glasses off when I'm playing the headset, like and I'm wearing the headset, I can't actually see the picture because it's just a little bit too far away from my eyes for me to be able to see everything clearly. But if I'm wearing the headset with my glasses on, then I start to get a headache and it starts to make me nauseous because then
Oh,
it's
I
too
see.
close to my eyes.
Mm,
And it's
yeah.
this like unhappy medium. And so VR is a little bit more of a spectator kind of thing for me. I can't actually participate, which makes me sad.
I see. Yeah, I see. And yeah. By the way, that is all the questions that I have prepared for you. We are going to proceed to our last segment, which is the quick fire segment that we call the rapid test. I'm going to send those quick fire questions.
Yeah, let's do it. If I'm coming through with a delay, I'm going to apologize. There are certain points where like the Discord chat gets a little like robotic and like broken up, like we're talking on a cell phone, and then I'm like waiting for it to come through on your chat. So
Yeah,
I
it's all
apologize
right.
if I'm not answering quite
It,
fast enough.
yeah, it's all right. It happened to it happened in in the past interviews, but it's all right. At least we are able to interact and chat with you finally today. And I have already prepared the questions. I'm going to set the time in just a moment. Before that, I'm going to give you some instructions. I've already prepared those questions, those quick fire questions. All you have to do is to read it out loud and answer it as fast as you can in a span of 1 minute. If you
Okay.
can't answer that, and if that question is so hard for you, all you have to do is just say pass. But if you like them both, just say both. I'm going to set the clock for 1 minute. Before I set the clock, are you ready, Paige?
So real quick, let me just recap here. Am I reading out what the question is and then answering it, or are you asking me, or am I just saying what my answer is?
You are going to read it out loud and answer it. You are going to read it and answer it.
I'm gonna read it and answer. Okay, okay, okay. I got it.
Are you ready, Paige?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, 1 minute set timer starts now.
All right. Favorite game on Jackbox Party Pack, Murder Trivia Party. Favorite TV show is Grey's Anatomy. Favorite Nintendo game is Animal Crossing. One word to describe your stream is hot mess, no space. 3 words to describe your streamer room: hot ass mess, all spaces. Favorite sport: soccer, Mario or Luigi. Definitely Luigi. Chick-fil-A or Popeyes, neither. Favorite food: pizza. Favorite video game: Animal Crossing. Batman or Superman, neither. Apple or Android? Android. Favorite Marvel movie: Avengers. Favorite cereal: Trix. Favorite fast, I take that back, it's definitely Oops All Berries, Captain Crunch. Favorite fast food place is Wendy's. Dream place to visit: oh god, I have no idea. Favorite thing to do besides streaming: read books. Marvel or DC? Marvel. M&M's or Skittles? Neither. Favorite movie of all time: 10 Things I Hate About You. Favorite food
Five
topping:
seconds
cookies or pork?
left.
It's mushrooms. Three
And
things you cannot live without:
that's
pizza.
it.
Pizza,
Time
pizza.
time is set. Time is already set, and that's the 1 minute. Although you can if hold on. Although if you can answer the remaining questions, you can answer it right away.
Oh, okay. There's only 3 questions left, so it's favorite musical instrument. I'm gonna say guitar. Favorite music genre. I'm gonna say alternative rock. And PlayStation or Xbox? Definitely Xbox.
And that's the rapid test with that. There are no wrong answers, and I'm so glad that you have answered those questions. And all in all, you just passed the rapid test.
It's over already. That was fun.
Yeah, and before we end the interview, let's talk about your fundraiser goal for this month. You have set your fundraiser
Oh,
goal. Can we talk about your fundraiser goal that you are doing?
yeah, yeah. So thank you. I already forgot that we had already discussed this. So I am at the end of May. I'm participating in a 13K. It'll be my first one that I've ever done in my life. So that's kind of cool. But it was just one of those things on my bucket list, and I said, yeah, let's do it. So this particular 13K, it is a charity virtual run. It's called the Durrell Challenge, and it benefits the Durrell Wildlife Conservation Trust, which aims to invest in research and resources to help protect endangered wildlife. Um, so I set a goal of $600. I do my. I've been having some issues where some people when
Ooh, something's wrong. Oh no. Paige. Paige, hello, hello. Hello. Something's going on. Oh yeah, Paige. Yeah,
hi.
your mic just cut off.
Oh no! I'm sitting here talking, and then I hear, "Oh no, something's wrong." I'm so sorry.
You just
Um,
disconnected. You can continue.
Rural Wildlife Conservation Trust. They help to protect endangered species by way of funding research and resources. And I set my goal for $600, and I've been running into a couple of issues because the charity is an international charity. So some banks are flagging it because it's considered an international
Oh,
transaction.
I see.
So I have my official Just Giving link where you can donate directly to the fund itself, or if you'd like to donate and it is giving you issues and you don't want to go through the hassle of calling your bank to have them approve the donation. It's my first 13K, and so
So yeah.
we'll see how it goes. It's something like 8.3 or 4 miles or something like that. So
I see. Okay. So which I already set the command. Anyone who has the time to donate, I have set the command for the fundraiser goal that Paige is doing. Type in exclamation point fundraiser. I'll be putting that on the future streams for everyone who wants to donate to the Jural challenge for the Jural fundraising when will the fundraising campaign last?
it is good until the I believe it's the day before the challenge begins,
Mm,
um, which is Friday, May 21st. So I believe the deadline is May 20th.
okay. If anyone wants to donate, feel free to donate. The deadline is until May, is as Paige mentioned, and I'll be putting that in the chat. Type in type exclamation point fundraiser. The information is right there. Hold on. Okay. Here you go for everyone who wants to don for everyone wants to donate uh to the 13K Jural challenge. The command is already set. Once again, type in exclamation point fundraiser to donate to Paige Shelby for the 13K Jural challenge by the Jural Wildlife Conversation Trust. Uh, there are options for you to donate. You can either set donate through her Just Giving account or through PayPal so that she will donate it on behalf. Once again, thank you so much, Paige Shelby. And once the streaming once the streaming stuff goes well, what days do we expect to see you? What is your ideal stream schedule? What days do you usually stream?
I think it's gonna end up being weekends. With my current schedule, I work 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and then every 8 weeks I work like 7 to 3:30 on a Saturday and a Sunday. So I think it's gonna end up being limited to weekends for the time being, just because I have um, like a part-time gig that I do on Instagram, um, that I work usually in the morning before I go to my full-time job. So weekends are kind of my open days. So if I do stream, you're either going to catch me on stream really, really, really late at night on a weeknight, or it's going to be during the day on a weekend on a Saturday or Sunday.
So yeah. So yeah, once again, twitch.tv/ Paige Shelby, or you can follow her on Twitter and Instagram. That's Paige Shelby, same name. Uh, Paige Shelby. If you want to follow her Twitch channel, type in exclamation guest, or twitch.tv/ Paige Shelby. Again, thank you so much, Paige Shelby. It's so glad and it's an honor once again to interact with you, and I'm so glad that I have met you through all these years since 2018, and I'm so glad that I'll be looking forward to be part of your future streams and also through the through other streams as well.
Yeah, thank you, Parmi. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for asking me to be on. It was so lovely to get to spend some time with you. I miss chatting with you. You're always so much fun to hang out with. So I appreciate you inviting me on and allowing me to be your guest tonight. Congratulations on your streaming anniversary. I'm very excited to see what the future holds for you and your streams, and I wish you nothing but tremendous success.
Okay, we'll be right back as I'm going to chat with Paige Shelby during the break. BRB everyone, BRB.
sorry, but I did not understand anything
You can,
you
you
said in
can,
that last
you
bit.
can, you can. If you want to spend some final minutes on the stream, we can end the stream right away. And we're back.
Okay.
We're still with Paige Shelby, and we, she will help me end the stream. On Friday, I'll be playing a new game, probably a crossword puzzle game, and on Saturday I'll be doing another interview with, but this time with Mikey loves retro, and hold on, I'm going to send you the tagline. Hold on, I'm going to send some tagline for you to read. Hold on. Okay, so as always, we end the stream with a raid. So for those of you who wants to join the raid, feel free to join the raid. You feel free to spam your emotes from every streamer out there. Let's make their streamer a wonderful night. Okay. Type in X.
Let's do it.
Let's do this, Page.
We're gonna raid
Let's do
somebody
this.
real nice.
Let's do this. Hold on for just a moment. I have found. I have found the streamer to raid. Hold on. You know, we're going to raid Aiden English. We're going to raid Aiden English.
Aiden English. Oh man, Drama King Matt up in the house. Alright, let's do it.
Okay, so if you like to do the honors, I already sent the message. Here we go. That's all the time we have for the stream. I hope, and thank you so much for hopping in for the interview with Paige Shelby. Uh, Paige, would you like to do the honors?
Absolutely, absolutely. From every community out there and to the rest of the world, I'm Paige Shelby.
And this
Thank
is
you so
Mr.
much to
Parmy.
Mr. Parmy for having me. Love, hugs, high fives, and fist bumps. Have a wonderful Sunday and good night.
Thank you, everyone.